There is a moment early in the morning, before the demands of the day have fully arrived, a moment that belongs to no appointment, no obligation, no person waiting for your answer. It is a small window, thin as the light under a door, and most mornings it closes before you even know it was open. But you are here now. You have found it, and in finding it, something has already begun. This is what it means to seek God first, not a ritual performed correctly, not a box checked before the calendar takes over, but a turning, the way a compass, when held still, stops spinning and settles. When there is too much motion, too much noise, the needle cannot find its bearing. But in the stillness, even a brief, imperfect stillness, it orients. It finds true north, not because the compass creates north, because north was always there, waiting to be found. Father, I come to you this morning, not with a perfect heart, not with the right words already formed, but with a willingness to be still long enough to let you be found. I am here before this day begins. I am here before I have managed anything, solved anything, or presented anything to the world. I come as I am, as the one who woke up this morning and chose, however quietly, however imperfectly, to turn toward you first. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. Psalm 53, Lord, hear my voice this morning, not the voice I will use at work, or the voice I use when I am trying to hold things together, but the voice underneath all of that, the quiet one, the honest one, the one that sometimes cannot find words at all and can only exhale and say, I need you. I am here. Please be here too. You are here. That is where I want to begin. Not with what I need from this day, but with the fact that you are already in this room, already in this morning, already present before I open my eyes. To seek you first is not to wake you. It is to turn and find you already turned toward me. I want to be honest with you, Lord, about this morning. Not every morning feels like an invitation. Some mornings feel like an ambush. The alarm sounds, and before you are fully awake, it is already there, the weight that was waiting for you. You do not always know what to call it. Sometimes it has a name, a bill that is not paid, a relationship that is still broken, a diagnosis that has not changed, a prayer you have been praying for so long that you are no longer sure what to do with the silence. Sometimes it has no name at all. It is simply a heaviness that settles into your chest before you have done anything to deserve it. Maybe that is where you are this morning. Maybe you woke up tired, not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, but the kind that lives in a deeper place, the kind that comes from carrying something too long, from hoping for too long, from being strong for everyone else for so long that you have quietly forgotten what it felt like to rest. Maybe you woke up afraid, not dramatically afraid, not the kind of fear that announces itself, the quiet kind, the kind that does not even feel like fear at first. It feels like checking your phone too quickly, like your thoughts moving too fast, like a restlessness that you cannot settle, no matter how many times you tell yourself you should be fine. Maybe you woke up disappointed. Something you believed for did not come. A door you expected to open remained closed. A person you trusted let you down. And you are here this morning, but you are not sure you have anything left to bring to this prayer. You are not sure if hope has enough fuel left to reach the next sentence. Father, I name all of this before you now. I do not dress it up. I do not ask you to only see the good parts of this morning, the gratitude I am supposed to feel. the faith I am supposed to have. I bring you the weight. I bring you the weariness. I bring you the quiet disappointment that I have not said out loud to anyone yet. I bring it because I believe you can hold it. I bring it because I have run out of places to put it. And I bring it because something in me, even now, even on a morning like this, still believes that you are worth turning toward. That belief, however fragile, is the beginning of seeking you first. You already know. Lord, you knew before I formed the words, there is something I need to say clearly this morning, and it is this: you do not require me to arrive here in order. You do not need me to have sorted through my feelings, resolved my doubts, or assembled my gratitude before I am worthy of being heard. The very idea that I must clean myself up before coming to you is one of the oldest lies that exists, and it has kept more people at a distance from you than almost anything else. A compass does not need to be ornate to find north. It does not need to be still in a steady hand. Even a trembling hand, even a cracked casing, even a needle that has been jostled, if it is held out and given a moment, it will find its bearing. The north is not waiting for the compass to deserve it. The north is simply there, and the compass finds it because that is what it was made to do. You made me to find you. And on the mornings when I feel most broken, most uncertain, most unworthy, those are not the mornings when seeking fails. Those are the mornings when finding matters most. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 20:17-3. Lord, I have wrestled with that word, all. On a morning like this, all my heart does not feel like much. But I have come to understand something. All your heart does not mean a full heart. It means an undivided one. It means the part of you that is still choosing, however quietly, however painfully, to turn toward God instead of away from Him. It means the broken pieces all facing the same direction. That is what I am giving you this morning. Not a whole heart, but all of the broken pieces pointed toward you. Every doubt, every fear, every disappointment, all of it turned in your direction. That is my seeking, and you have promised it is enough. You see, the thing I have not told anyone. You see, the prayer I stopped praying out loud because I was embarrassed that it had not been answered yet. You see, the wound I have learned to speak around in conversation because I do not want to burden people with it anymore. You see, the part of my faith that has gone quiet, not because I stopped believing, but because I stopped being sure what to do with the silence. You see it, and you do not turn away. You do not look at the broken compass in my trembling hand and say, "Come back when you have fixed it." You are the one toward whom the needle points. You are the steady north. And even in my fragmentation, even in my uncertainty, even in this heavy morning I am here, the needle has turned toward you. That is the beginning of everything. Before this day began, Father, you were already here. Before the alarm, before the first thought that arrived with worry wrapped around it, before the weight of yesterday resumed its position, before any of it, you were already in this morning, not waiting to be summoned, not standing at a distance until the correct prayer unlocked the door. Simply here, present, awake over me while I slept. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentation 3:2-23. New every morning. Not renewed, not refilled from something that depleted, but new. As if this morning has never existed before. As if the compassion you bring to this day has never been touched by any previous disappointment, any previous failure, any previous distance. You do not bring yesterday's patience to today. You bring today's, and today's has not been diminished by anything. That is the faithfulness I am resting in right now. Not the faithfulness that depends on what I bring to this moment, but the faithfulness that was already here when I arrived. You were faithful while I slept. You were faithful in the hours before the dawn. In the dark quiet of early morning when I did not know I needed covering. You were already here, which means I was never, not for a single hour, without you. Lord, let that settle into me this morning. Not as a theological statement that I agree with from a distance, but as a reality that I actually feel in the place where the fear lives. The fear that says, you are on your own. You have to manage this. No one is watching. Let the truth break through that lie. You are watching. You have always been watching. And what you see when you look at my life is not a person who has been abandoned. It is a person who has been accompanied every step of a road that sometimes felt very lonely. This is what I am orienting toward this morning. Not a concept, not a comfort I have memorized, but a person present, awake, faithful, already in this room. And before I take a single step into this day, I want to acknowledge that I want to say it out loud. Even if only to you and to the stillness of this morning, you are here. You were here before I was. And because you are here, I can begin. The compass has found its bearing. Not because the morning is easy or the hand is steady, but because the north that I am pointing toward has never moved. You have never moved. And every morning that I choose to seek you first, I am not waking you. I am waking up to you. There is a reason. You told us to seek your kingdom first. Lord, and I have spent a long time misunderstanding what that reason was. I thought it was a test of priorities, a way of proving that I valued the spiritual over the material, a kind of daily audit. Did I pray before I checked my phone? Did I give you the morning before the morning gave itself to everything else? And on the days I failed that audit, I felt the familiar weight of spiritual inadequacy, the sense that I had already begun the day in the wrong position and would have to catch up. But that is not the gospel of what you said. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33, the word is seek, not earn, not perform, not present yourself correctly. Seek. It is a posture of turning, of orienting, of holding the broken compass out and letting it find what it was made to find. Seeking first is not about being first. It is about being oriented before you begin to move. And here is what I need to say clearly. Lord, what I need to hold in front of me this morning like a compass held to the light, you sought us first. Before any morning prayer, before any seeking, before any human hand held anything toward heaven, you came down. In Jesus, you entered the ordinary hours of human morning. You woke to first century dawn. You knew what it was to be weary before the day had even started. You knew what it was to carry weight that had no easy resolution. You, in the person of Jesus Christ, lived inside the same fragmented mornings that I live inside, and you sought the Father first. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place, where he prayed, Mark et femo tradiva. Jesus sought the Father first, not because he was performing piety for onlookers, because the seeking was real, the relationship was real. The need, even in his divinity, clothed in humanity, was real. And then he stretched out his arms on a cross. And in that act, he sought us in the most costly way that seeking has ever been expressed. He came to find what was lost. He came to orient what was spinning. He came to be the true north that the broken compass could finally rest in. This is why I can seek you this morning. Father, not because I am spiritually disciplined enough to earn the morning, but because Jesus Christ made the seeking possible. He tore the veil. He opened the way. He made it so that a fragmented soul on a heavy morning can hold out a trembling hand and find, without condemnation, without distance, the very presence of God. I do not come to you this morning on the strength of my seeking. I come on the strength of His. I do not come because I have been faithful enough in the night hours. I come because He was faithful to the end. And every time I seek, you first broken, imperfect, carrying the weight of an unresolved week. I am not initiating something new. I am stepping into something He already finished. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you that seeking first is not a burden you placed on the weak. It is an invitation you engraved in grace. The kingdom you told us to seek first is a kingdom you already gave us. And the righteousness we are told to pursue is a righteousness you have already spoken over every person who has placed their trust in you. I am not trying to earn this morning. I am receiving it from hands that were pierced so that the giving would be certain. Father, I bring you the whole of this day now. Every hour that is waiting, every conversation I have not had yet, every decision that will need to be made, every moment that will be ordinary, and every moment that will surprise me, I lay all of it before you now. Like a traveler setting out and taking one long look at the compass before beginning to walk. Lord, before I move in any direction today, orient me. Before I speak, let me be filled with words that come from a heart that has paused in your presence. Before I decide, let me be someone who has already asked which direction is true. Before I react, let me be someone whose needle has been given time to settle. Orient my thoughts. Father, my mind moves quickly in the morning from problem to problem, from fear to plan to fear again. I ask you to be the still point in the turning. When my thoughts begin to spin, remind me to pause, to hold the compass still, to wait until the needle settles. The Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Romans 8:2 Lord, there are prayers in me this morning that I cannot form into words. I trust that your Spirit is praying them. What I cannot articulate, the Spirit carries. What I cannot present, He presents for me. I do not need to have the right words. I only need to be turned toward you. Orient my steps. Lord, I do not always know the right path today. I do not always know which opportunity is from you and which one is just noise. I do not always know when to speak and when to stay silent, when to wait and when to move. I need your direction, not as a second opinion, but as the first voice I listen to. Let me not consult every other direction before I finally turn to you. Let seeking you first mean that your guidance is where I begin, not where I end up after everything else has failed. Protect me today. Father, protect me from the obvious dangers, the ones I can see, but also protect me from the ones I cannot name, the wrong alliance, the door that looks like opportunity but leads somewhere away from your purpose. The invisible grace that has been working around me without my knowledge, let it continue. Let angels do what angels do. Let your hidden protection remain hidden because it does not need my attention to be effective. I receive it this morning, and I am grateful for every danger I will never know was there. Provide for me, Lord, not just in the material sense, though I trust you in that too. Provide patience when I am running out. Provide courage when I arrive at a moment that frightens me. Provide grace for the person who will frustrate me today. Provide the right word in the conversation that I am already slightly dreading. Let your provision be as specific as my need, because you know the details of this day more precisely than I do. I pray for the people in my life who are also navigating this morning with their own weight. The ones I love who are carrying things I may not fully see. The ones in my household who will move through today and need more than I can give them on my own. Let your presence go with them. Let them be accompanied. Let this not be a day where they feel alone in whatever they are facing. I pray for the work of my hands today. Father, not just that it would succeed, though I ask for that too, but that it would be done from the right orientation. Let me work from a heart that has sought you first, not a heart that is still spinning. Let my efforts today come from a centered place. Let there be a quality of presence in what I do, an attentiveness, a care, a steadiness that comes from having paused this morning in your presence before beginning. I pray for the moments of this day that will not feel significant, the ordinary ones, the in-between ones, the commute, the waiting, the small conversations that seem like they do not matter. Lord, meet me there too. You are not only present in the dramatic moments, you are present in the ordinary Tuesday, in the routine task, in the unremarkable hour. Let me find you there. Let this day be full of ordinary moments that are secretly sacred because you are in them. And in the moments when I lose my bearing, when the noise rises and the needle starts to spin, and I feel myself moving without orientation, let something in me remember to stop, to hold still, to hold out the compass, to wait, to find north again, not to condemn myself for having drifted, but simply to reorient, to turn toward you, to begin again. That is all seeking first requires. Lord, not perfection, not an unbroken record of morning prayers, just a life that knows which direction is home and keeps turning back toward it. Lord, I have been asking you for a long time to change my circumstances, and I know you can. I know you do. I have seen it. I have lived it. There have been mornings when I prayed and the situation shifted, and I was grateful with every part of me. But this morning, I want to ask you for something more difficult, something that will outlast any single circumstance that changes. Change me, not my calendar, not my bank account, not the difficult relationship or the delayed blessing, though I still trust you with all of those, but me, the person who will walk through whatever circumstances today holds. I want that person to be different at the end of this year than they are at the beginning. Not just more comfortable, or more successful, or more protected, but more like the person you created me to become. A compass that is never calibrated drifts. Even a good compass, left without care, loses its accuracy over time. The instrument needs regular return to true north, not because the north has moved, but because the instrument has. Lord, I am asking you to be the calibration of my character. Every morning that I seek you first, let something in me become more accurate. Let my capacity for patience grow. Let my instinct for kindness sharpen. Let my tendency to fear become slowly, a tendency to trust. This is the transformation I am asking for. Not a dramatic overnight change, though. You are capable of that too. The slow, faithful shaping of a soul that keeps coming back to you, day after day, morning after morning, broken compass held out, trembling hand, and the needle always finding north. I do not want to be someone who used prayer to accumulate blessings. I want to be someone whom prayer changed. I want the people who know me, the ones who will sit across from me in 10 years, to see someone who was formed by this, formed by the seeking, formed by the returning, formed by the long, faithful practice of putting you first before anything else had a claim on the morning. USP-0 is not, God will give me what I ask for. USP-0 is, God will make me into something I could not build myself. That is what I am asking for today. Father, use this morning, use this prayer, however halting it was, however imperfect the words. Use the fact that I stopped and turned toward you before the day had fully taken me. Use it to make something in me more aligned, more faithful, more true. Make me someone whose life, over time, points clearly toward you. There is a particular kind of rest that comes after a compass has found its bearing. Not the rest of someone who has solved everything, but the rest of someone who knows which direction to walk. The anxiety of spinning is over. The needle has settled. The path is not yet traveled, but the orientation is clear. That is where I want to live. Lord, not in the resolution of every difficulty, not in the certainty of every outcome, but in the settled knowledge of which direction is true. I surrender this day to you, not as defeat, not as resignation, as alignment. I surrender the plans I have been gripping too tightly, the ones I have been trying to force into a particular shape because I am afraid of what happens if they don't work. I do not need them to be my plans anymore. I need them to be yours. And if they are the same, I will receive that. And if they are different, if your plan for today is not what I imagined when I woke up, I trust that your direction is more accurate than my preference. I surrender the fear that has been telling me I need to manage this day alone. The voice that says if you do not stay in control, something will break that cannot be fixed. Lord, I have believed that voice too many times. I know what that kind of living costs. I surrender it. The compass does not control the terrain, it only shows true north. And I only need to know which way is home. I surrender the outcome of the prayers I have been carrying the longest. The ones where I have run out of ways to pray. The ones where the answer has not come and I have oscillated between persistence and exhaustion. I do not surrender them because I have given up. I surrender them because you hold them more faithfully than I can. Your memory is perfect. Your timing is precise. What I put in your hands does not fall. Father, I do not know everything this day holds. I am not sure of all the ways it will challenge me, or surprise me, or ask something of me that I did not think I had. But I know this. You know, you are already there. You are ahead of every hour I have not yet entered. And you have not found anything there that alarms you. Nothing in my day surprises you. Nothing exceeds your faithfulness. So I walk into it not with certainty about circumstances, but with certainty about you. That is what trust is. Not I know how this will go, but I know who is with me as it goes. The needle has found north, and I will keep returning to this bearing again and again throughout this day, whenever the motion of the hours makes the spinning start again. I will stop. I will hold still. I will find you. And I will walk on. This is who I am today. I am not the sum of what I am worried about. I am not defined by what has not yet been resolved, or what has not yet arrived, or what I have not yet become. I am a child of God, held, accompanied, oriented, and I am stepping into this day from that foundation. I declare this morning I am not alone. The God who was faithful through every dark night, every long silence, every season when I could not feel him, that God is here now, and not as a distant presence watching from above, as the one who is near, as the Father who already knows my name, I declare this morning, I am not behind. The enemy of my soul would have me believe that I have already lost time, already missed the window, already fallen too far behind to catch up. That is a lie. God's timing is not a schedule I can miss by sleeping in. He orders the steps of those who seek Him, and I have sought Him this morning. I am exactly where I need to be. I declare this morning I have what I need for this day. Not necessarily what I want, not the resolution of every difficulty, not the answer to every prayer, but what I need, the presence of God, the guidance of the Spirit, the grace that is new this morning and has never been touched by yesterday's failures. I have it. It was here before I woke. It will be here when this day ends. I declare this morning something in me is being changed. Slowly, faithfully. The way a compass recalibrated returns to accuracy over time. I am not who I was a year ago. I will not be who I am today, a year from now. God is doing a work in me that is not finished, and the proof of it is that I am still here, still seeking, still willing to hold the broken compass out and let the needle find north one more time. I know which way is home, and I am going there. Father, I thank you for this time with you. I thank you that you did not require me to arrive here perfectly. I thank you that the seeking was enough, that you met the trembling hand and the broken compass and the heavy mourning with the same steadiness you always bring. I thank you for the faithfulness that was here before I woke, and that will be here long after this day is done. Go with me now, into the ordinary moments, into the conversations that need grace, into the work that needs your wisdom, into the places where I will be tempted to forget that I already found my bearing this morning, and into the moments when I will need to stop, hold still, and find it again. I seek you first today, not because I am disciplined, because you are worth seeking, because every morning I have done this, however imperfectly, however briefly, I have found that you were already there, already turned toward me, already faithful, in the name of Jesus Christ, who sought us before we had any language for seeking, I pray. Amen. If this prayer met you this morning, if something in these words found the place in you that woke up heavy, or uncertain, or just in need of being oriented, I want you to know that was not an accident. You were drawn here, and the same God who met you in this prayer is the God who will go with you into every hour of this day. Before you move on, take one more moment and type in the comments, I seek you first. Not as a metric, not as an algorithm signal, as a declaration, your declaration, spoken into a community of people who woke up this morning and chose, before anything else, to turn toward God. Your words in that comment section are an act of worship. They are witness. Someone who has been struggling to seek God first will read what you wrote and find courage they did not know they needed today. Share this prayer with someone who is carrying a heavy morning. You do not need to explain it. You do not need to write a long message. Just send it. Let God's word find them the way it found you. And if you are coming back to this channel for the first time, welcome. This is not a content channel with a spiritual aesthetic. This is a place built for seekers, people who are not always okay, who do not always have the right words, who sometimes bring nothing to the morning but a broken compass and a willingness to hold it still. You are home here. We will be here again tomorrow morning with a new prayer, a new word, a new moment to seek Him first. Come back. We will seek together